Hi there, and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to teach you the 5-step strategy I use to fix leaky gut. I see a lot of questions about this in Facebook groups that I'm in, and there are a lot of misconceptions about how to go about it. I've used the approach I'm going to teach you to improve my very own personal case of leaky gut, and I've also used this strategy to help my clients like Erica, who came to me last year with severe gut pain and a lack of appetite. And after working through this process, she stopped her pain attacks, normalized her digestion, and actually began to enjoy food for the first time in her life. So just in case you don't already know, I want to share what leaky gut is. So leaky gut, or intestinal permeability, is when the cell lining of your small intestine develops tiny gaps where bacteria, bacterial byproducts, or undigested proteins can slip through directly into your bloodstream. Ew, right? This is a problem because those things shouldn't be there. Normally, they would be too large to get through and they would just leave your body with your stool. But because they shouldn't be in your bloodstream, your immune system encounters them and then freaks out. And you can start having symptoms or worse, such as multiple food sensitivities, brain fog, fatigue, digestive problems with certain foods, pain, and even an autoimmune diagnosis. But leaky gut is not actually an all or nothing kind of thing. It actually occurs on a spectrum, and we are all on the spectrum somewhere. Little insults in your life can begin to open up your gut barrier. So things like the die-off of your normal gut bacteria, as might happen when you take antibiotics for an infection, radiation from getting x-rays, food sensitivities that you keep triggering, infections with bacteria, fungus, or parasites, stress, and even more can erode your barrier function. And a big one's actually gluten. It's been shown in a study that no matter who you are or whether you're gluten sensitive or not, gluten increases the production of an enzyme called zonulin, which increases leaky gut. And if you want to read more about that, I'll link my article, 6 Reasons to Quit Gluten If You Have a Chronic Illness, below. So we all have varying degrees of leaky gut depending on our health history, how we live, and how we eat. Okay, so now that we know what leaky gut is, what's the strategy to fix it? So lots of people want to dive right into the part about what should I take to fix it, or if I eat the fill in the blank diet, will I cure my leaky gut? And I know you probably want a quick solution to this problem, but this really is the wrong way to think about it. If you really want to heal leaky gut, the first thing you need to do is assess why it's there so you can know how to approach the problem and resolve it at the roots. So you begin by considering your health history and your current situation. Ask yourself, are there foods that I'm reacting to that I keep eating? Do I have infections mucking up the place? Am I super stressed all the time? Am I taking medications that might affect my gut permeability? Am I eating gluten? Or even, do I have leaky gut? You may not know the answers to all these questions, but you'll want to find the answers. There's a couple of different ways to do this. One of the tools I use to help my clients find out if they actually have leaky gut is an intestinal permeability test from one of a few labs, including Genova Diagnostics or BioHealth Labs. You drink a solution of lactulose and mannitol at home and then collect your urine. And if the lactulose ends up in your urine, this suggests a leaky gut because the molecule shouldn't get through. There's also a blood test called Serex Array 2 for antibodies to bacterial endotoxin called lipopolysaccharides, or LPS, and antibodies to zonulin and occludin. And another indicator for leaky gut is a lot of positive results on a test for IgG food sensitivities. These are available from US biotech labs or Great Plains laboratories and others. This can tell you that you have leaky gut and help you more quickly determine which foods to remove while you work on healing. You may also want to assess your gut bugs by running a stool test to check for pathogens that might be contributing to a leaky gut. So now that you've assessed your leaky gut and have a sense of what's caused it, you may want to begin the 4R strategy. The first R is to remove the causes. This should include removing foods that increase permeability, such as gluten, also dairy and sugar, as well as any food that you react to, and also removing gut pathogens that don't belong. Now, I don't want you to think you have to remove these foods forever, but it's important that you remove them while you're working to seal your gut, because inflammation of any kind is going to make your sealing work so much harder. If you need support with how to do this, go ahead and check out my video from last week, How to Get Results When Your Paleo, AIP, Keto, FODMAP, or Other Diet Failed, and grab my food symptom diary I mentioned there. Many of you are going to find that your gut is leaky because you have hidden infections that are causing problems. Most gut pathogens can contribute to a leaky gut, but usually diet changes and nutrient support alone can't address the problem of pathogens in your gut. So if you have infections, be sure to get some support with the removal phase. And while you're removing the foods and pathogen irritants, you need to work on the second R, which is to replace the missing nutrients that help your digestion work normally. So this might include supporting stomach acid, adding digestive enzymes, and maybe bile acids. But the trick is to customize this replacement based on what you truly need. So you can learn more about this in my blog, Have You Skipped These 9 Digestion Tips on Your Quest to Heal? I've linked it below also for you. So now that you're supporting your digestion, the third R is to re-inoculate your gut with beneficial bacteria. Now this step is somewhat tricky because it's highly individualized and there are several types of probiotics and it's different for each person what's right. But generally, here's what you want to do. You want to add probiotic supplements, probiotic foods, as well as food for them to thrive because your gut is kind of like a garden soil. It needs to be fertilized to keep the beneficial bacteria happy. So for microbes, their food is soluble fiber. Usually consuming lots of fruits and vegetables and grains and legumes will provide plenty of food for your gut bugs to eat, but you can also use fiber supplements like fructooligosaccharides, also called FOS. But tolerances to these foods vary widely, so you'll want to work within your unique limits. And then the fourth R is to repair your gut lining by providing the nutrients that your gut needs to do the repair work. So vitamins A, C, and E, zinc, fish oil, and the amino acid glutamine are all important helpers. Finally, in addition to the 4 R's, you also need to address the other aspects of your health that affect your gut, especially stress. Like, have you ever noticed that when something stresses you out, your belly gets tense and maybe starts to hurt, or that your stress can even give you diarrhea? This is because when you're stressed, your digestion literally stops. Your brain thinks, there's some kind of threat. Better divert all my resources so I can respond in case of emergency. So getting serious about reducing your stress is a really key piece of healing a leaky gut. So the big takeaway here is this: fixing leaky gut is more about the right strategy than the specific protocols. These will totally vary depending on your unique body, and you might need some help to figure out which things are right. And it can also take some time to do the work through the 4 R's of gut repair. It might take a year or even longer. Just don't get discouraged and keep building on your successes and learning from your mistakes. So now that I've taught you how to think about fixing leaky gut the right way, you'll want to get started healing your gut. So go ahead and grab your free copy of Roadmap to Recovery below. It gives you some more details about each of these steps to help you get on the right path. And if you need help accessing the lab tests I mentioned, you can schedule a free assessment session with me as well, and I can explain how that works. I'll leave a link for that below. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love to know so that I can make more content for you to help untangle and resolve your digestive symptoms. Give me a like below if you enjoyed this video, and also ask me a question or leave me a comment or a suggestion for another topic. And also don't forget to subscribe so you get notified of my new videos on how to get beyond your digestive symptoms to your true lasting solutions. And also make sure you share this video with anyone you know who might need to hear this message. So go ahead and grab your Roadmap to Recovery and get started, and I will see you next time.